Berwick 22, Lasswade 21. For anyone who's played Monopoly, you'll be aware of the get out of jail card. For those who haven't, well, Berwick play theirs at Preston Lodge. Who wins stays up, the loser goes down. And there'll be a full in-depth look at that game on next Friday's preview show. Against Lasswade, Berwick couldn't have asked for better. Not just the result, but the sheer impact of the game. Always improving Liam Robson got the ball rolling after a great Jack Webster offload, who kicked 7 points. Ryan Wilson finished off a blistering move and the returning Ben Nicholson grabbed the third try. Lasswade typically steamrolled their way over, but boy, did Berwick need that Lasswade test. But it's history now. What counts is PL. In their home game, Berwick had to front up. Excellent defensive sets against a big pack and running over 7 tries. 2 things emerged from that game. First, when their forwards lay it on, the backs will deliver. Second, Berwick were physical throughout that match. So they know they can win. I believe Berwick will win. That's what I say. As a reporter looking forward, it's all about opinions. If you disagree, tough. Berwick 22, Lasswade 21. Paul, what a game.
Aye, just about getting over it now, Micki. It was a tough one. We don't have any other type of games against Lasswade. You know, over the last 2 seasons, I think we've won now the last 4, but everyone is nip and tuck. And the 5th last game was, I think they won with the last play of the game, so we didn't expect anything different. They're a good, strong side. They're always going to come at you. So, yeah, tough one, but the boys stuck in. And to be honest, I don't think we could have had any better preparation for next week with that game.
Exactly, because it was their pack. It was enormous, and you've got that to come next week.
Yeah, we know the same will happen next week. It'll be a dogfight. We'll really need to stick in. You know, it's going to be a hard graft for the lads. But, PL haven't had a game today. They've had a week off. We've had probably the best workout we could have had. So it's up to us now to carry that into training next week. You know, and just be ready when it comes Saturday, because essentially it's a cup final now.
In the first match at home against Preston Lodge, it was a very physical game. We talked about this earlier, and Berwick showed that for the entire game, and that's going to be needed again.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Mick, you don't tend to get too much any other kind of games in this league. You know, every pack fronts up, every pack's big and physical. So you're always going to have, you know, that hard graft to put in. The great thing is the lads are working that out now. They know they need to be on the top of their game. If we don't come with the right attitude and we don't come with that work ethic, then, you know, we're going to be put to the sword. So, yeah, I fully expect the guys will come ready for a battle next week, and if that's expected, what we'll get, no doubt.
I mean, the bonus is if the forwards do set up the perfect platform, the backs will just simply deliver, won't they, here, from what I've seen?
Yeah, I mean, our backs are top notch. You know, we've got some really dangerous runners out there. But I mean, the pack, you know, that's a very strong pack. There's a lot of young lads in there, you know, the likes of Stu Farnaby and that. Now, you've probably seen yourself, Micki, from the first game this season when you see him, you know, he's quite quiet. Now he's one of the leaders, you know. We put him back on after 10 minutes into the second half, and he comes in and he's in strong carries, he's smashing guys backwards. And it's these kind of guys, and, you know, getting Gareth Clark back. These are experienced players now, and for me, when you go into battle, these are the guys that you want on your side. And, you know, we hope they're going to deliver again next week.
Do you think the gamesmanship let you down a bit earlier on in the season? What I mean is they do bend the rules, and I've mentioned this before, but the opposition are better at it in this league, or were. Yeah,
I mean, we talk about the dark arts all the time, you know, that kind of streetwise. We are a bit young, sometimes we're a bit naive, but every game we come through that, we're like, yes, it's a loss, but we've got to take something from that. So we've got to learn something. We've got to make sure it doesn't happen again. And I definitely see that progression over the year. Because, yeah, rugby is a game where it's very, very fine margins, and you've got to push those margins all the time. And we're getting better at it. Are we there? You know, the finished article, nowhere near, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Paul, finally, you've said it progressively got better as the season has moved on. One more to go.
Thanks very much, Micki.